Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Clip It podcast, episode 42. We're getting close to that big 1 year number. But today is something different. We're doing a sort of casual interview one-on-one with some special guests. I'm very excited to announce who's on today. But don't worry, Agent Oink and Delicious haven't disappeared just yet. Scheduling issues have just made the last month not difficult, but interesting. Let's put it that way. We've done a couple streams, as you've seen, and a couple videos, but unfortunately, it's just been a messy couple weeks on just trying to get everybody in and out, and getting 2 hours or an hour to 2 hours free for us all. So it's been a bit unfortunate, but there are episodes coming later on, so don't worry about that. And we may even do some one-on-ones with them to really understand who they are as people. But those will be later on in the future. However, today we have an absolutely wonderful gentleman on today. I have said this before on one of Lovemits podcasts. I think they have a very gentle voice. I've compared it to a very famous Scott Manley, and unfortunately they weren't aware of who that is. But I think it's uncanny how much of a resemblance they are. But no, it is the absolutely wonderful Humanshieldz. Thank you very much for coming on.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And how are you doing today?
Not too bad, actually. Not bad for... It is Monday, isn't it? Well,
Yes.
It's definitely Monday. Yeah, for a Monday, it's not bad. Not bad at all.
Good.
What about yourself?
Not too bad, yeah. Mondays, start of the week. It's always a stressful start to the week, I guess. No, not too bad, thank you. It's, as mentioned, absolute pleasure having you on, and I think people are going to love this episode because, honest to God, you have such a soothing voice that it's just wonderful to watch your streams.
It's one of those ones that's I'm really self-conscious about the accent. No, I've really got to slow myself down and enunciate properly. So yeah, if I go too quick, please tell me to stop.
Oh no, don't worry. It's nothing to worry about. I find I'm the same. I mumble too much at times. I've had many occasions where I've walked off a bus and said thank you, but thought I said fuck you because I've mumbled it and said it fast. Yeah, but absolute pleasure having you on. Now, people who may not know who you are or where you're from, not in a literal sense, but in the community, would you like to tell them?
Yeah, so I am Humanshieldz. I was formerly known as John Doc 2105, but for just personal reasons, I changed it. I was a complete and utter rebrand. I am primarily a Tarkov streamer now. I was Call of Duty and Warzone, and then I transitioned across when Warzone became awful, even more so than usual. And the Humanshieldz aspect of that, I am basically a self-deprecating Scotsman. So I am the human shield of the squad, as I say. I'm not that bad usually, but it is what it is. But yeah, the rebrand, so it's mainly FPS, but I'll stream a bit of anything, to be perfect.
Oh, nice. Now, I remember, as I was talking to you earlier, did my research, watched your episode with Lovemits, which was fascinating, and it was an emotional episode, but overall just an absolutely awesome one to listen to. And you mentioned, as of just now as well, that you played Call of Duty and Warzone. Are you still an active Call of Duty player, or was it kind of just left? Was it you played it just for streams?
Before I was streaming, I played a lot of Call of Duty when it came out, like just the standard multiplayer online. Got me a lot through university, and obviously the online community was okay to start with. Was there toxicity? Absolutely, but you sort of deal with it. It gave me the hardened skin that I have now. I'll play it every so often. I used to play with my sister and my brother-in-law, so occasionally I'll still go on and play a bit like Rebirth or whatever the playlist may be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mostly Tarkov now, to be perfect.
Okay. It only came up, so I was interested if you were involved or interested in any way of the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 that's going to come out after that.
I've pre-ordered it. I mean,
have you actually?
I have, yeah. I'm still a Call of Duty fanboy. It's secretly,
Yeah.
I won't tell Lovemits that because Lovemit's not a Call of Duty fan, but I have pre-ordered it, so I will reserve judgment. I was hoping that Vanguard, when that came out, that was going to be like the rebirth, excuse the pun, of Call of Duty, but it fell flat on its face as far as I was concerned. So it's going to be my last. It's the last chance saloon for Call of Duty and the Humanshieldz channel. So we'll wait and see.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Like yourself, an avid Call of Duty fan, and kind of fell off. Or we all can agree, Vanguard just was a failure. I think my favourite article I saw for that was Vanguard. Activision blamed Vanguard's disappointment on World War II. Not the World War II setting, just World War II. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was an odd decision, honestly, because World War II was kind of being overdone at that point. I don't know why they did that. So I'm
for the franchise, it's not the right move. I think Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 completely changed the game for Call of Duty, and they should never have went back in time again, in my humble opinion.
Fair. I thought World War II was an alright game. It had an okay story. Multiplayer was alright, but it wasn't like are you a Black Ops fan, or were you more preference to Modern Warfare?
It was always preference to Modern Warfare. I just didn't like Black Ops at all. I just thought, for me, it wasn't even the multiplayer of Modern Warfare, it was the storyline. That complete arc from Modern Warfare 1 to Modern Warfare 3 with Price and Shepard, etc. I hope it's not a spoiler, but you know, that's the ultimate bad guy. If it's a spoiler, then you really need to get more, or not, as the case may be. But yes, I thought that was, in terms of like story arc, was one of the best in gaming. To be perfectly honest, it was incredible.
Oh no, I agree. And Modern Warfare 2019 had such a phenomenal story. I hope they do carry on that, or they're going to carry it on, but I hope it's as good. I'm a bit 50-50 with the trailer. It's good to see Ghost and Gaz, the full Task Force 141 all together. Who's the character that we haven't seen?
And nostalgia, though, it's just for the sake of it, but again, we'll reserve judgment, wait and see.
Yeah, no, I thought Modern Warfare 2019 did a fantastic job with that, because it was it was the same but new, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they did a fantastic job with that, and hoping, fingers crossed, Modern Warfare 2 2022 isn't a failure. They should have named it a bit better, I feel.
Well, I don't know. It is, but yeah.
Modern Warfare?
More Modern Warfare.
Yeah, no.
It's not World War II, there you go.
Yes. Call of Duty, there you go.
There you go.
No, I didn't know that about yourself. That was one thing I probably should have researched. I'm actually looking forward to that, because my friend group, the podcast, the Clip It group, none of them play Call of Duty, and that's my only, like yourself with Love Mick, in a way, is the one thing, is like, I love it to bits, just because I grew up on it. I played console when I was younger, probably too young, and
never too young.
Oh, you say that, but I remember days in primary school where we just spoke about Black Ops 1 all day. Not the real game to really be talking about in primary school, but I digress. Look where I am now. It's similar to you. I've just got nobody to play it with, which is disappointing, because I love the games. So a lot of Modern Warfare 2019 was spent by myself in a dark corner of my room. So,
well, we now know each other, so you know who knows what happens. So
that's true.
Squad up.
The thing is, I would love to, but especially, I wanted to ask if I could play with. I wanted to play with Lovemit on Tarkov, and then I watched a stream with you. I think it was Marauder and someone else. And I was like, nah, these are leagues ahead of me. I'm just gonna stick in the corner for half. I saw you go into dorms. You ran in like a headless chicken and just, I don't know what happened. And then Lovemit was sat in the forest. Yeah.
I mean, Humanshieldz by name, Humanshieldz by nature. It's like, but no, honestly, Tarkov has got one of the toughest learning curves, and like, I'm only 2.5 wipes in, basically, and you still learn every single day. There's raids where you go you're immense and you can't miss a shot, and there's other ones that you spawn 10 seconds later, you're dead. It's like, well, okay, cool, that's Tarkov.
Get Tarkov.
But no, absolutely, squad up. It's all good.
I do appreciate that. That is perfect. I was just about to ask you how you got your name Humanshieldz after your rebrand, and then you also easily went straight into the next subject of how have you found the last 2.5 wipes on Tarkov.
Massive learning curve, like I said. So I mean, Humanshieldz, basically the rebrand came from Tarkov. You know, I squadded up with Lovemit, as we said, Darth, Hawk 7. It was actually Hawk 7 that I met first out of all those boys. He actually came in and he was the first person to come in and watch me stream.
Oh wow.
On Twitch, playing Warzone, playing Call of Duty multiplayer,
Mm.
and Warzone with my sister, and yeah, it was just a sort of all the stars aligned, and we followed each other and stuff. It was good, and then I went into Tarkov, and as I said, it's a massive learning curve, and I was just getting absolutely slapped up left, right, and center.
Mm.
So just the tongue in cheek. Oh, I'm the human shield of the squad, and it fits and it works, and it's like I say, it's a bit tongue in cheek, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just a better bit of a brand, to be honest.
Oh, it's a good brand name. I've concentrated way too much on brand names. Like I used to be the tactical gamer, and everybody called me tactical, so I thought I'll just abbreviate it to tactical. Add the TV, it sounds cool. And so I like Humanshieldz. It works. It works well. I think too many people put TV in their name, to be honest. Not looking at anybody, but I think people put TV in their names too much.
Well, the thing is, the actual name, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, obviously, if you go into games, you'll always get the TTVs
Yeah.
and stuff anyway, so it's like two.
Oh, I found, yeah, especially on Tarkov, you will get either really annoyed people that will come into your stream, or people that just want to check you out. Maybe you were friendly or did something cool or something like that. And Tarkov's, I think, been genuinely one of the better communities when it comes to actually putting TTV in your name. It has fascinated me. And you saying about the learning curve made me think that I started Tarkov in 2017, so about a year after it came out, and I genuinely can't think about how I don't remember it being that bad. There was definitely, as you mentioned, a learning curve. It's a new game. It was, especially then, there was nothing really like it. DayZ was the closest thing, I think. And to be honest, looking at where Tarkov is going, they want to make it sort of a DayZ survival game. Is supposedly their last sort of aim. Honestly, I think more realistically we'll see that come in a like an arena sort of thing, so it'll be a separate game where it's a survival shooter, and Tarkov with its raids may stay its own thing. We'll see, because I think how the raids work is perfect for Tarkov. I don't think it's unbeaten how they do it.
That's without a doubt the best FPS shooter out there at the moment.
Yeah, so visually it looks fantastic.
Stunning. Yeah.
And
stunning game.
Solid gameplay, solid movement, everything. I think there are some aspects.
I think what I mean by learning curve is when you think of like your other sort of battle royales, because essentially that's what it is.
Yes,
it's not
yeah.
quite, you know what I mean? It's with Warzone, with Fortnite, with Apex now, you have some sort of explanation. Like even in the loading screens, it's like you're going to need to do X, Y, and Z in order to win this particular thing. In Tarkov, you don't get that. It's literally you load in the first time, after you downloaded it. You get a stash, and that's it. You've got no idea what happens. You know what is this cheese thing? What does that do? And it's literally on the job training. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I remember my first raid. I went into customs and I spawned by Big Red, so it was on the road next to Big Red and Crossroads.
Oh yeah.
And it's obviously my extract would have been like ZB11 over the road the other side. I was like, I don't know where ZB11 is. I was like, what is going on? And then literally a scav like head tapped me within like 25 seconds. I was like, I love this game. It's great.
Yes. No, I think that's actually put it perfectly. Like Warzone and Apex, they all follow the same. Even like they sort of follow the same format as every other game before them, where you have to kill everybody, you win. Tarkov isn't like that. You could be in a raid and kill theoretically thousands of bots if you're hacking, and you still wouldn't win. You have to extract. There is an aim to it, which is completely different to any other game of its type.
There's many different ways to play Tarkov. It's you've got your PvP, you've got your PvE, you've got your looting side of it where you can get as much money as you can, or you've got the extraction side. And like you say, it's so different to any other game out there. I think that's what puts it above, for me, all FPS shooters at the moment.
That's true, and I think the PvE version. I think the RP version of Tarkov is still rising up. People like that friendly guy trying to promote that sort of gameplay, because when you do get those moments where you meet someone random and they're not going to shoot you, it makes your day, because it's not rare, but it's uncommon, unfortunately. because like Tarkov don't make it easy for you. They do have quests where you have to kill players, and so that's what some people are just gonna do straight away, you know. And that's fair enough. That's just them doing their tasks. Can't beat that. Can't deny it. So it does get annoying, but when you do get RP moments, they can really just make it. So you mentioned your group IOP.
Mm-hmm.
How did you the wonderful people, how did you come across them?
It's been a sort of whirlwind for the last like 6 to 8 months for It's Only Pixels. So that's Only Pixels. It's essentially 6 content creators like I've just came together to create this community, and the community is based around just having it like a safe space. Essentially, it's like you can just be yourself, you can have a laugh. If you game, fantastic. If you don't, that's great too. Because we all felt, and I think we're all older gamers, so it's like we're not in it to earn as much money as we can from streaming, or it's nothing like that. If we can earn a little bit extra from our usual day job, then great. But if I don't earn anything, that's be all and end. It's not the be all and end all. But yeah, so it all started basically when I met Hawks, Hawk7 Gaming. He came in, watched me stream. I followed him, and then that's when I met Darth, and they then introduced me into Lovemit, and then Tom or Flockies, and then Makashi as well. So it was just, as time went on, we just grew as a group and had a bit of a laugh. And yeah, we just decided, there's 4 or 5 different Discord servers. We've all got similar people in there, but and we're all a member of each other's Discord. And we're having the same conversation 5 or 6 times. It's mental. It's crazy. Why bother? So we just decided, let's put it all together. And as I say, it's all about a friendly space. It's a cool space to be, and that's where the name came from. Don't get frustrated with it. It's only Pixel. That's what it's all about.
I actually remember the name came from the first episode of that podcast. Do you ever feel like that could have been you on his episode?
No, I think it was a quality name. I remember the first time it was mentioned, I was like, that's an awesome name. It's so good. And then just sort of it's morphed, and it's growing. It's steadily going up and up, and I think the community we're growing. And I was always a streamer or a content creator that hated the word community, because when you think about community, you always think of the larger streamers, and it loses its impact a little bit. But I feel that at the moment, the size that we are at IOP, it is a community. It's a little family, like as vomit-inducing as that may sound. It is that sort of family vibe. It's really cool, and yeah, who knows where it'll go? If it might not go anywhere, but I think the collective we've got just now actually works for it.
I know, I completely agree. I remember joining, well, for the first time I ever spoke to you when you did when Darth did the Jackbox stream. And you all got into that. It was such a wonderful. Everybody was welcoming, and everybody was allowed in and to play, and even if they wanted to talk in the Discord, and it was just such a laugh, such a wonderful evening. That it is just a great community, and I highly recommend anybody to go over there. I will put links in the description to your Discord, because it is just a fascinating place where everybody talks. You got so many different walks of life as well. You got U6. You got Dr. Steph, who's another noticeable one I can think of. And not to say none of them else are valued, but I just can't think of any on the top of my head. But there's so many wonderful people in that Discord.
Absolutely, and it does vary as well. It's like I say, there's people there that are active gamers. We've got people like Ironhand, Papa Cass, we've got Swamp Dog. I'm not going to name everybody, obviously, but then we've got people that don't game as often, like my own sister, Mrs. Bunn. She's on there, and she's been on Lovemit's podcast as well, talking about it from like a female gamer side of it. And she does game, but she doesn't stream. And there's people that don't stream, don't game, but just like the sort of community aspect of it. Dr. Steph, for example, doesn't game, but she does stream in her own right, doing her sort of music side of it. So yeah, there's a whole host of different sort of experiences there, which I think they lend themselves quite naturally to that community.
No, definitely. Everybody. And you talking about your sister, I remember listening to her podcast, and she tried streaming once, wasn't her cup of tea. Fair enough. You can always dip your toes in the water. It's not for everybody. But that was an interesting podcast. Got a different side of a similar family, similar family. And that
sure
was.
I hope it's the same one.
And it was fascinating. I love Myth's podcast. I always say this, I could never be his because he's such a real human being. He has so much experience in life, and a lot of the people he gets on have, well, all of the people. I think I'm his youngest guest. I think that says a lot. Everybody on that podcast has such experience and such wonderful stuff to talk about, and he gets it out of everybody, but in such a kind manner. He's soft spoken, but convincing. He doesn't use it for evil, which is just wonderful. Yeah. He is just he has so much power over you in a good way, I guess.
He's very hypnotizing in a way,
yes.
But don't sell yourself short as well. I mean, the podcast that I've watched with you as well, it's very professional. Is probably not the right. It is the right word, but you know what I mean. It's a case of it's very relaxed, very chilled out. I mean, I suffer major social anxiety, and you put me right at ease, and it's the same with Mitty. So you two are cut from the same cloth. So please don't sell yourself short.
I do appreciate that. I suffer from minor social anxiety, and it's a nightmare. So I feel your. I did some things. I don't want to steal Love Myth's idea here, so we'll go briefly into mental health. I when I did Love Myth's podcast, I was saying that I was booking myself in for not therapy, but something to help with my social anxiety through I think it was the NHS, whoever. And this is 4 weeks after. It helped, but it didn't. It made me realize it's not I don't have social anxiety as some poor souls do out there. Who some people it controls them, and I couldn't imagine ever having that. But it just gave me that realization that it's a pain in the ass at times, but if I know what to do, I can get through it. And then when I was listening to yours, you have your own way of getting through down days, and I think everybody does. It's just part of who you become. But no, honestly, if you want to listen to Human's story on that, it's genuinely fantastic. I'll put a link to Love Myth's Discord. No, Love Myth's podcast. And that episode especially. He's done. He's popped out so many recently. It's fantastic. And he's got some guests which I'm a little jealous of. Not to name again, but that friendly guy, I was a little jealous as I asked if he could come on, but scheduling issues just couldn't make that happen. But we got one better. We got Delicious coming on next week, so.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
But that's the thing. I think if we link that back to community that we're talking about as well, like the Tarkov community, and he has had a few cool Tarkov streamers on there as well, and it just shows you how approachable the Tarkov community is, because they will either say yes or no, and it's not like a bitchy no. It's a case of I really want to do it, but X, Y, and Z says I can't. Whereas I think in the Call of Duty community, if we go back there, I don't think you'd get that from the larger streamer, if that makes sense. It's a completely different mindset, so it's very, very interesting.
I think not to judge someone by its cover, but I think a lot of the bigger ones, they kind of like feel invincible in a way where they're like, well, if you're not going to pay me, why would I come on and do your show? What benefit is it for me? That's very much their mindset, unfortunately. Not everybody's like that. I'm sure there's some wonderful content creators of all games, but unfortunately there is a persona which is typically accurate out there. Now I'm going to ask you a similar question to Love Myth, but I'm going to reword it. Did you or Love Myth come up with the LEDs behind? Like, who came up with that? Because you have very similar. I don't know if they're the same LEDs. I'm always jealous of them because it looks nice. As you can, I care way too much about my background, but I have no LEDs in it. It annoys me because I want some.
They are different to me. I basically stole it from Love Myth. I like the idea of it. I did have like spotlights that sort of rotated round colour, and what I wanted was a bit more interactivity with the stream. So these are synced up to like channel point redemption, so they'll flash and stuff.
Oh, nice.
As if people redeem a certain channel. So yeah, I just wanted that little bit of interactivity. And it's all about that sort of slow progression. So I went from absolutely not. In fact, I originally went streaming from my living room. We had a sort of like small recessed cupboard that I kitted out with literally one screen and the crappiest like little like $9.99 camera that you can get from Amazon, and then it's slowly upgraded to this. I would like the side here to have another strip down there, and I'll
Yeah.
get that eventually. But at the moment, it works for me. But yeah, it's.
I'm glad you said that, because I think I popped into a stream and saw they were going red and blue and just assumed the police came.
In Scotland, you never know.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing. Now, another question. I'm assuming those are both It's Only Pixel hats in the background, or is one of them a TwitchCon hat?
Give me 2 seconds. So,
I'm ruining your set.
shameless plugs here, guys. Shameless plugs. So yeah, we have got some It's Only Pixels merchandise. The one in the back corner there is actually my original John Doc 2105 merch. I was all about, again, it's sort of that safe space, mental health and gaming.
Mm.
And I always thought, not everybody's going to be the next Ninja or the next Nick Merckx, where they're going to go into every game and absolutely slap everybody up. They're not going to win every single time. Okay, so what you need to do is positive sort of goal setting and small achievable goals. And if you do that, you'll be able to win every single time. So, and that's where the phrase "beginner to consistent winner" came from. So yeah, it's just another bit of merch, so just another side.
I do love that, and you selling the IOP merch. I was just about to ask. Our good friend, your good friend Darth, has his own merch store, his own merch production. Is that the right term? He makes his own merch for streamers, streamerware. Fantastic. He's helped me out. Not to say much more on that. I still need to do stuff. Do you have your own?
I do, yeah. It's streamerware. So I think all the IOP boys and do, and then obviously we've got It's Only Pixel stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got t-shirts and stuff. Again, shameless plug.
No,
Check out streamerware.co.uk.
I highly do recommend it. He kindly gave me one for free. I did offer to pay. I will. I'm hoping to get him on the podcast, so I'll talk to him about it then. I still feel kind of bad now, but he kindly gave me one, and the quality is fantastic. Honestly, it is brilliant, and he's so helpful. Just trying to get the website the way, like putting up images and just making it the way you want it as a content creator. Fantastic guy, great work. But he will be later on. More about you. So yeah, I had a question in my head. I'm going to
check. If you're doing content, then this is a good director's cut one that you can release.
Yes.
Behind the scenes.
Oh, thank you so much. So, if people who haven't seen your new IOP channel, which I fucking love, you did a vlog recently, or you and the whole crew, or not the whole crew. There was 4 of you that went, or was it 3?
So there's only 3 of us that went to. Well, so yeah, if you go to the It's Only Pixels YouTube channel, you'll see a vlog on there. It's the first time I've ever done any vlogging, so it was me that was responsible for the sort of filming and the sort of production and the editing of it. So it's not great, but it's getting there. And it's split up. We went to TwitchCon in Amsterdam, myself, Hawk7, and Darcy Lace. And also I went and met with Lovemit and Makashi in Edinburgh just for lunch, because they weren't unfortunately able to go to TwitchCon. But yeah, TwitchCon was something else. It was a fantastic experience, absolutely incredible. Highly recommend going to the next one in Europe next year.
Oh yes, it's in Paris, isn't it?
It is, mate, yeah.
Yes, I'm not going to repeat what Lovemit said, but it should be good. No, I would. I would love to go to TwitchCon. If it ever comes to the UK, I'll most definitely be going. But that kind of goes into my question. You saying that it was your first time vlogging.
It was.
Was it awkward doing that in public?
Or
did you kind of just let it be?
The actual TwitchCon one wasn't that bad. So I went to Edinburgh with Mitty and Makashi the week before. That was more awkward for me, because that was my very first time vlogging.
Yeah.
And I was really, again, it's a social anxiety thing. Are people looking at me? Are they laughing at me? But it was just never done it before. Whereas in Amsterdam, it's slightly different, because everybody was there for the same reason. So it's a sort of more acceptable thing now. Not that vlogging's unacceptable in like standard day-to-day life, but it's an expectation when you go to those sort of places, you'll run into content creators, a variety of different sizes. So yeah, the first one in Edinburgh was pretty awkward, but you got over that. One most awkward bit was actually myself when I was like waiting for the train and stuff, and I was filming myself waiting for the train. That was really awkward, but it was better when I had the sort of support of the other two that were there.
Yeah.
Safety in numbers, you know. So, but yeah, no, it was a weird one, but I think it's definitely something I want to do more of.
Yeah.
So I'm already thinking of, right, how can we do that? And it's not just going to be vlogs. I want to do things like because the IOP boys are spread, the IOP gang are right through the UK. It's very, very difficult to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I want to do more, basically just rip off what the sidemen do. You know, sometimes they do like mukbang type talk things. They do challenges and things. I would like us to do something like that once a month or something, so we just get a bit more content out there, and it just gets me better, purely selfish reason, better at editing my YouTube videos and stuff. So yeah, that's the action.
No, I love that idea. Like I've always dreamed about having a big group of people like the Sidemen. Haven't got there yet. And just doing content like that. Unfortunately, being so distant and so spread over the UK, it's not the easiest thing. But things like TwitchCon can bring these things around and give you a taste of if it's something you really want to do. And I would say, watching the vlog, you looked more comfortable doing it, especially later on in the vlog and especially around the TwitchCon area. That you just felt more natural, and it was not that at the beginning was not enjoyable to watch, but you just felt like you were there and you weren't. It was just not like a typical vlog, sort of interesting.
I'll take that. Thank you.
I would love to see more stuff like that. I would love meeting all that, and I do a mukbang that would, I think, send people over the edge on the Discord, especially.
Funny.
It would, just don't even announce it, just release it and see what people say. I think that would really spike interest. But
that's what you do with it's just any content, isn't it? You don't announce what you're thinking about doing. It's just you film it and you learn from it. If it goes well, fantastic. Then you'll try and tweak it to have something similar. If it goes horribly, horribly wrong, right, we park that. It might just not be the right time for it, you know. And then it's peaks and troughs when it comes to content creation. I mean, you look at the sort of trends on YouTube and Twitch, etc. It goes up and down. You know, it just depends on what the sort of the highlight of the day is.
But you talking about editing your YouTube videos and getting better. I just doing more and more videos is the best way you can learn. Have you been making YouTube videos for a long time, or is it something more new? Is it a new thing to the Humanshieldz chapter?
It's a weird one. I started off when I was on YouTube. Right, let's rewind completely. So I started on Twitch, okay, and then I was on Twitch for about a year. I did my charity stream, and then I went on a downturn from there. Then I moved over to YouTube for a little while to stream on YouTube. And that was great. It was fun. And I was like, right, okay, how can I add more content to my channel? And then I started doing YouTube shorts a lot more. And some of them were insane. Not for watch time. If you're going for YouTube partner, shorts are not the answer in terms of watch time. But for subs, it does increase your sub count, depending on what you put out there. So I did a lot of like I say, YouTube shorts, like trying to edit them as best as I could, just taking clips from all my different gameplays. Longer form videos, I tried to for a long while, and I made the mistake of trying to do long form videos I release every single day, and as I work full time, it's just not possible. Something's going to give, and it's the quality of them wasn't great. I was pushing out just crap, basically. Yeah, just wasn't good stuff, and I took a sort of step back and went, actually, I'm only going to upload something that I enjoy. And, if that reaches to like 5 or 6 people, great, fantastic. But it's going to be something that I personally would watch, not just because I have to release something. I think that's really important.
That's a good way of looking at it. But no, decent. Yeah, I remember you saying on LoveMit's podcast that you went to YouTube for a little bit, but everybody was streaming on Twitch and you didn't really want to leave that behind, which is fair. I think YouTube is a better platform when it comes to streaming, especially when it comes to discoverability. It is a search engine in the long run. It's much better for getting discovered on YouTube, and things like shorts can really boost that. But they just don't have the features and the community as such as Twitch does, and especially when you got a group of friends that always stream on Twitch, you don't really want to leave them, which is fair enough.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is great, like you say. The discoverability is fantastic. Not so much for live streaming. It's still very early stages, but again, it is growing, and I think there will be a push from YouTube and even Facebook gaming for live streamers. But the advantage that Twitch has, it's got such a massive head start.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
it's massive head start ahead of it, and you look on Twitter, you look on you look on blogs and stuff saying that, you know, Twitch isn't doing anything. It's like, well, they don't have to. You know, there's no real challenge to
Yeah.
them. I would bet my last pound on it. If YouTube were got neck and neck for live streams, that's when Twitch would take off again. They would say, right, this is getting rolled out, this is getting rolled out, and again, yeah, that's my view. I think YouTube will get there, just it's not going to be anytime soon.
Yes, it's good to have competition, because otherwise nothing's going to be introduced new. And I think, unfortunately, I may be controversial. I love Twitch to bits, but I think they're kind of going downhill a bit at the moment. You know, they've been doing some iffy stuff recently, well, at least this year, and they haven't really pushed the boundary for innovating, which again, they don't have to. They are at the top of Twitch, of streaming, sorry. And as soon as YouTube kind of catch up, then they'll start introducing new stuff, hopefully, to really boost the platform back to being the best. But at the moment, I think that they're not introducing enough. Well, it's not that they've just done like the whole potentially bringing partners down to 50-50 pay cut, which was a bit iffy. I liked the idea of the ad incentives, but they just haven't worked out. Because you can't be, you know, it's you or me, we just, an extra little bit of money on the side, cool, but, you know, I'm not doing this for a living. And so having consistent ad revenue payouts was cool, but they were just asking way too much for so little. And then, what was the most recent thing they did, which everybody got kind of annoyed about? I think it was...
There's a list.
Oh no, I don't know how I feel about them bringing down. So this is a good thing, but I don't know how I feel about them bringing down the pay to 50%. Sorry, to £50 instead of 100. The only reason I don't like it is because it's just my savings. You know, if it goes up to 100, I've saved £100. I'm not going to spend it straight away. While if it's at 50, I'm most likely going to spend £50 and not save up. So it's good, but for selfish reasons, I don't like it.
Yeah, I think for the... I've got to be careful how I say this, but for the smaller streamer that takes ages to get to £100 for a payout. Okay, now I've been fortunate. This year's been quite successful. Again, it's down to this Only Pixel stuff. I've had a few payouts already, which is great. But I think for the sort of beginner streamers that just get affiliate and they hit 50 after like 3-4 months, it's good for them because it is that incentive. Whereas I think for those that have been streaming for a wee bit longer and have that sort of regular, you know, they've got the same regular subs coming in, I think they won't notice any different, because if they got £100, you know, in a month,
yeah,
then you know, it's not going to be a grand scheme thing. I like the idea. I think
it is good. No, it is fantastic.
Yeah, the more people can sort of earn from streaming, I think can only help streaming and content creating. You know, if people are incentivized to do it, and I think what people don't realize is it's a massive pool. You know, it's like this person in America is not going to steal the audience from me, and if they do, fair play to them. You know, I need to step up my game. That's the way you've got to think about it. There's enough out there for everybody, and I just don't think. Yeah.
And if you want to start earning money from Twitch, there's other ways, donations. Stream Elements and Streamlabs have their own sponsorships now, which is pretty decent. I've been thankful enough to get a couple of those. The Raid one didn't go very well because it's Raid, and luckily enough recently I've had one for War Thunder, which is a game I fucking love, so you know I can't go wrong with playing a game and promoting it. You know, I do it enough anyway, so can't go wrong with that. I do think there's a bit of a bad stigma when it comes to sponsorships. But at the end of the day, especially bigger content or medium to big content creators, it is their job, literally is to promote stuff. Otherwise, why would they well, not everybody, but you know, it is a job. Why wouldn't you want to make money from doing what you are doing? You can't like, have a go at someone for trying to live their life, especially in the. I'm going to get political in the UK. That's one thing that annoys me is when people get annoyed at sponsorships. So what, you know? Wouldn't you take a bonus from work if you got offered one, but it means you have to do a bit more?
Well, that's it. It is literally just a bonus if you think about it. That's all it is, you know. And people that sort of go off on the larger streamers that are making an absolute fortune due to sponsorships, it's like, you know, they're in a very privileged position, you know. And I said this in Mickey's podcast as well. As easy as it is for the money to come in today's day and age, in today's culture, it's so easy for it to be taken away. All it takes is a terrible tweet that they've done 12 years ago, you know, and it can be gone like that. You know, that is unfortunately the culture, and you know, you just got to sort of go with the punches.
Yes, yeah. But let's be completely honest, if they've got that much money that a tweet 12 years ago can cancel it, if they haven't saved up at least a little bit, it's on them.
Deserve everything you get, absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Like, imagine Ninja gets cancelled tomorrow, has to sell his house. It's his own fault. He has millions, probably billions in his bank. If he doesn't save it, he deserves it. That's mean. Oh no, that's
That will make the cut.
Yes, that would be a quoted tweet later on. I'll get cancelled for it.
Both of us, yeah, gone.
When Ninja's president, I could easily see that. If Trump's president, most definitely Ninja could be. Oh no, yeah, it's fascinating. I always come to Twitch, talk about Twitch on this podcast because it is every single week it changes or something new happens, be it good or bad, content creator or Twitch on themselves. And I don't know if you've ever had a look at the. I don't know what it is. It's like a forum board where there's loads of updates or suggestions being put up on there, and you know there's loads that I love the idea of. But if you asked me what would make Twitch better, I couldn't give you an answer. It would have to be something it would have to be something that hasn't been done before, I guess. But that's really beneficial for the platform. Because Twitch has everything. It has the best chat, chat interaction. If anything, I wish the quality was better. YouTube is just, you know, they have the back end because they have billions of videos. They can support live streaming at high quality. That's the only benefit I'd like from Twitch is better quality. Apart from that, they have better incentives, better payouts, just better moderation. My God, I did not know YouTube took so long to add moderation to their chat. It was depressing to find out.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, yeah, it's a very good point asking, like, what would you do? I mean, the usual one that you hear, again, you'll probably see them in the forums and stuff, is, you know, discoverability. More money, discoverability, you know, and discoverability would be fantastic, you know, it would be fantastic, but, you know, I was looking at it the other day there's around 15 million streamers, like active streamers on Twitch, you know. How the hell are you going to get discoverability for all 50 million? It's just not going to happen. You know, they've got to base it on something, and this is where I'm going to defend Twitch a little bit. There's got to be a return on their investment.
Yes.
You know, would it be great if they pushed forward like all the guys that are sitting with like 0 to 1 average viewers? Yeah, it would be fantastic. But what are they going to get from that? You know, they're a business at the end of the day. Yes, they're backed by Amazon. Amazon's huge, but they've still got to get the cash in the door, otherwise they can't develop for the future. So I mean, could it make it a bit fairer? Absolutely, but I understand from a business point of view why it's not a free for all.
No, yeah, you hit it straight on the head. You know, it is a business. They want to make money, and that's literally, as far as I'm aware, I think Twitch is still running on a negative income basis. I don't think they make money from Twitch, Amazon. I think they're still losing money actively, which is fair enough. Amazon have infinite money, so it makes no difference to them. But no, it is hard to say what could Twitch really benefit from in an update. I don't know. You know, they've done some cool stuff, like the discoverability is. I don't like. What was your opinions on the pay for views when they did that?
It was carnage. I didn't see the point in it at all. It, it is the equivalent of like follow for follow.
Mm.
You know, that's essentially what it was. It's just, yeah, I just don't, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I get why they wanted it, because, you know, it was very much a sticking plaster over like a hole in a dam. I just think it didn't serve its purpose. But yeah, it's silly.
Yeah.
I think it's silly.
It's like you, as you're aware, Mitt was on Mixer before Twitch, and I was one before him. I was on Beam before, and Beam was Mixer. But I used to be on Mixer, and Mixer used to do a thing where if you were playing Fortnite, another game called Darwin Project, which was just Fortnite but in the snow, or Siege. If you were like on Fortnite, if you were in the top 10, they would have a inbuilt bot come to you and just raid you, and so that would put you on the front page of Mixer. And there would be, there would just be some people just watching the front page, and so you would get all those viewers coming, and that was pretty cool because, I had it like twice in the year I played on Mixer, so that was 2 times I was on the front page with the, thousands to hundreds of thousands of other streamers potentially getting that opportunity. Now, I don't know how Twitch could ever do something like that, but that was a cool feature on a platform that benefited from something like that. And like, it's features like that, not specifically that feature, but cool features like that I want to see more Twitch do, because at the moment a lot of the stuff they're doing is very much, that's the meme that whatever Twitch do, YouTube will do later. It seems like Twitch are currently doing what YouTube are doing. Like they introduced a new way to find new streamers, which is no different to how you find streamers at the moment anyway. They're adding the ability to pin streams, your favorite streamers, onto their sidebar. That's cool, but just follow your favorite streamer. Too many people don't follow, and it really upsets me. I'm not going to out them. I will out them. Agent Oink famously has subscribed to multiple channels but never followed them. Cool. Yeah. I like how you're supporting them, but you haven't followed them. See, how do you get the notifications? How do you do that? I understand if you follow hundreds of people, notifications get annoying, but I don't know. I'm a very casual Twitch watcher, stream watcher, so I only follow a handful of people anyway. Yeah. Mainly people I know, or mainly people I play with. And so, it doesn't become an issue. I guess if you're following hundreds of people like YouTube, you're going to get so many emails, so many notifications that X has gone live, this has happened, and fair enough. But I don't see the need to add the ability to pin your favorite streamers, because if you streamers, the thing with streamers is they're consistent, especially good ones. They will have a schedule that will stick to. So if you want to make sure that your favorite streamer, you're going to know when they go live off the top of their head, or off the top of your head, sorry, because you're going to know their schedule, when they go live, what times you typically watch them anyway. So I just want more innovative features from Twitch, not these sort of.
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
Again, it's not just about Twitch. It's like any of the big platforms: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Gaming, etc. I think that they are so very blinkered in terms of they're only focused on what's happening there. I mean, like you say, if you follow a streamer like consistently, you know when they're going to go live. But they also they don't recognize the fact that all the bigger streamers, we'll call them, have their own Discord, which will tell people when they go live. And people, like, I've got Discord on my phone, and it's like I've got Discord on my PC, the notifications are there. So when someone goes live, I don't automatically go on Twitch to find out when they're going live. It tells me in Discord. So, they just need to be a bit smarter with, like, again, it comes back to discoverability, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was an easy one, then it would be solved. But
yeah, no, it's hard. I have a topic, but it goes back to literally half an hour ago. I don't know if I can try and weave it back in. Here we go. Let's try it. So, talking about IOP, something I love about you guys, and it's not intentional, but it's fantastic, and it's one of the reasons why I've been a bit more active in there, is because were you part of any MCM back in the day on YouTube? Are you aware of what an MCM is?
No.
I think MCM is the right word. I had a debate at work in my head about this. I think MCM is the right term. I think it's a multi-channel management. So machinima would be an MCM.
Right. Okay.
Um, and this was back when there was loads of small channels like there are now, trying to just get monetization on their channels. And so these multi-channel management would come along and pay you instead of YouTube paying you. It was just a way of you getting paid for your videos without trying to hit the goals on YouTube. And there was loads, you got Machinima, you had Freedom at the time, which was one of the biggest ones. But then there was loads of small ones, and one of the ones I was part of was called PG UK. Their channel is still around, but they're not on MCM anymore, and they were a wonderful community, very much like you guys are. And one thing I loved about what they did, and I think you guys could try and benefit of this is a bit more maybe, is they would get loads of these small channels together and just do recording nights where everybody got content, and because it was just a bunch of good, funny people, everybody got good content out of that. Everybody made their own videos, so it was always a different video out of it as well. So you would get, like, for one night, you would get 12 videos. So the reason the MCM did it is they benefited. They got 12 unique videos that some of them may have made them money, some of them may have made them nothing. But at the end of the day, they still got something out of it. And I don't know why I worded like, but that's what I love about you guys, is because you're a group of funny people that allow others to join. You give people opportunities that make fun, enjoyable content for them to edit later on.
Yeah, I think it lends itself to what I said just not long ago. It's a case of, it's big enough for everyone. It's not these are my viewers, nothing else. But I suppose that's why we've got the community nights as well. It's like there's an opportunity there for everybody to record. So I mean, like, you could have recorded the Jackbox one, and you could
I
have
wish I did.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. I didn't, it's there's a VOD, but I think the idea that we have is we want it just to be a place where people can game if they want. If they want to record, we've got no issue with that whatsoever, right? Just you do you. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. But yeah, I think maybe in the future that's something we could do. It's the squad we could talk about in terms of, right, this is going to be a particular filming night. I know the squad are going to do stuff like that again for the YouTube channel, but there's absolutely nothing stopping it. And I think what's really important as well is, again, I'm just going to talk solely about IOP, is you can use this Discord in any way you want. So for example, there's 2 or 3 people that squad up usually. If you want to start, like, recording stuff with those 3, fill your boots. You don't have to wait for someone like myself or Darth or Mitty or Hoxie or something to come online with you and film something. That's not what it's about at all. It's, as I say, you do you. If you want to create a series with a couple of folk in the IOP Discord, go for it. More the merrier. And yeah, it's not even a case of, oh, you've got to advertise IOP. That's not the point. Just fill your boots. Gaming is a place that, for me and for Mitty, it's talked about it before, it's a therapy thing. Streaming's a therapy. It's there to talk to people. Even though I do have social anxiety, talking to people does help. And that's all we're looking for, is just people to have a good time, basically. So,
Ideal. I appreciate that. And kind of another question then, is the channel, like, you edited the vlog, am I right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming Mitt did the trailer.
The trailer? No, I did the trailer.
Oh, okay, sorry. Just because I know he did a trailer for another stream out there, so I didn't know if that was his forte. Well, that kind of goes perfectly into the question of, is this going to be not your baby, but are you going to do a lot of the editing work, or is it going to be like you're going to? Because I'd love to see. Obviously, back me down if it's a bad idea. I'd love to see different videos edited by different people, because then it's different. Everybody has their own style. So it will be a unique video. Maybe that's not a good thing, but it will be a unique video every time.
No, I think ultimately that would be the ideal situation. I think again, it goes back to, we are elder statesmen. We've all got responsibilities, like, out with streaming and gaming. I work full time. I'm just lucky enough that I work from home just now. Obviously, COVID, we haven't went back to the office full time. So literally, I'm talking to you just now. My desk for work is there. Okay, it's literally, I just turn 90 degrees and I'm at my work desk. So if I'm in between meetings, for example, I just turn around and I can edit. Whereas, Darth is sometimes in London. You know, Mitty's full-time dad. Makashi works. Hoxie's just had a new baby. So it's timing. In an ideal situation, yes, we would say, right, okay, Darth, you're going to do the video for December, right? Just unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. You know, it's real life sort of situation. But I totally agree with you. I would love to see the idea of each of us doing different videos, because the editing style would be totally different.
Yeah.
It could much hilarity would ensue.
Very much so. And to always pat my own back. If you ever want a special guest editor, I would be more than happy to edit one. I've been trying to do that for years now, but everybody I've spoken to has either stopped video. My luck has been I've done work for someone, they stop streaming the week after, so it's perfect. I love the Twitch community, and I do. I can't wait to see what comes out of this channel. The vlog was fantastic. And I can't wait to see if you do any more real life stuff. The mukbang, I'm holding you to this now, or anything like that. I will genuinely be interested to see what comes out from this channel. So yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome.
I think what we said as a group, obviously we've got a WhatsApp group, etc., and we've said that this is what we'd like to do. But again, because of time constraints in real life, we're not going to say we're definitely going to do a video a month or like a video every couple of weeks, because it just might not be possible. You know, there's certain things that happen. And again, it goes back to what I said before. We're not just going to shove out videos because we want to, or it feels like we've got to hit a particular deadline. It's got to be something that we would watch, we've enjoyed making, and we would enjoy watching ourselves. You know, if we would enjoy watching it, then that should correlate to someone else out there who would enjoy watching it, and that's the plan. We are hoping to do like more maybe short form content, because we squad up a lot.
Yeah.
So short form content's slightly different, because it's literally, if we're playing Tarkov, if something silly happens, then you fire that in a short form, less than a minute video, and the job's a good one. But for the longer form videos, that's a different beast altogether.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I can't wait for the Top Gear episode. I would love to do that, just financially never going to happen.
We've already talked about it. We've talked about doing an IOP road trip and stuff.
That would be awesome.
It would be so funny. Again, that's one of the ones that it takes a lot of planning, but we're thinking about doing stuff like north versus south, because there's 6 of us down south, there's 3 of us down south, there's 3 of us up north. You know, Scotland versus England, just you know, just something different. Just we'll wait and see what happens. Yeah,
no, well, you heard it here first on the Clipper podcast. No, it has been an absolute pleasure today. We're coming up to the hour mark, and I won't hold you on any longer. I always, at the end of these podcasts, ask our wonderful guests, do you have anything you want to promote, anything coming up on your channel or in life that you want to promote out there?
I am starting to do a monthly giveaway on the Humanshieldz Twitch channel. So every month I'm going to be putting something up to like for you guys to win. So this month it's like I've planned this. It's a gaming mouse. It's the HyperX Pulsefire Haste wireless mouse. So yeah, you come along to the stream sometime between the 1st and 28th, and you can get all the details there. Any other things? It's only Pixels. Come along to the Discord server. Say hello. Again, you game fantastic. If you don't, that's cool too. But the more the merrier. But yeah, that's about it really.
Oh, amazing. No, thank you very much. It has been an absolute pleasure. Yeah, thank you very much for your time. I can't thank you enough. It's an hour is a long time in someone's life. I think people don't realize that. And so
doesn't feel like an hour, mate. Honestly, thank you so much for having me along. It's been an absolute pleasure, and yeah, hope it goes well.
Yeah, thank you. Can't wait to see more vlogs, and best luck on these giveaways. It's fascinating how much someone will do to just get a mouse.
Well, fingers crossed. Here we go.
Here we go. I'll make 15 accounts. No, that has been an absolute pleasure. And as mentioned, I'll put all the links to your channel, to IOP, and to Lovemit's Discord. If you want to catch up on what you've missed, what we've spoken about, go right ahead. But no, thank you very much for your time. And as always, have a good evening, good day, good night, or good morning. And we'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra.